Welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the sixth lecture of Unit 3, and in this lecture we will discuss another control statement known as switch statement. This is a multi-way selection technique like if-else ladder discussed in the last lecture. If you remember, in a if-else ladder technique, we will have several statements associated with conditions, and whenever a certain condition gets satisfied, the corresponding statements gets executed. And in one instance of time, only one conditions get satisfied and the corresponding statements gets executed. The similar analogy will be, or similar technique will be implemented with switch statement as well, but rather providing any condition to execute a statement. Here we will have several choices, and according to the choice, each choice is associated with some statements, and whenever the user gives any choice, according to his or her choice, the statements gets executed. And here also, at a single instance of time, only one choice can be taken into consideration. So before we will explain all the techniques or some programs on switch statement, I am taking a simple analogy over here in the right side. It is a simple figure which show you that 4 electric bulb is connected with 4 electric switches, and you are allowed to switch on a single bulb at one instance of time. So you can easily notice the first switch has in the on position and the corresponding bulb is glowing, and all other bulbs are connected with the switch and all the switch are in off condition, so no bulb is glowing over there. Okay, so this is the way you are going to have a choice. So you will have some cases associated with the switch statement. So whenever you are choosing a particular case, the corresponding statements present in that case gets executed. So you'll be able to understand everything in a clear manner whenever we will complete this discussion. So stay tuned with the video. Let's begin the detailed discussion of switch statement. I have just included this figure because I just wanted to show you how the control statements are divided in C programming language. The green colored boxes represents we have completed the discussion of all these statements, and the videos are already on YouTube, so you can I'm requesting you watch those videos, and you will find definitely it will be helpful for you to understand other control statements. So today's discussion will be on switch statement, so let us continue. But initially, whenever we are trying to explain about switch statement, we have to start with the syntax. But this time, before I am discussing the syntax of the switch statement, I would like to tell you something before that. So that is shown over here. That means it is a analogy to understand the syntax of switch statement. So the analogy is something like this. Let's say you have 4 boxes to choose from, and the boxes are numbered like 1 2 3 4 3, and there will be a default box. So you will be asked to choose a number between 1 to 3, and out of this 1 to 3, whatever number you are going to choose, that is mentioned 1 to 4, it should be 1 to 3 obviously. So you are asked to choose the number from 1 to 3, and if you are choosing a number, then automatically whatever things present inside the box will be yours, or you are going to take that elements present in that box. But if you are not interested to choose any number between 1 to 3, then a default box is available and you are allowed to take that default box as well. Okay, so this is the way a switch statement also work. So how the box content will be represented in switch statement? It is something like called case statement. That means case 1, case 2. So it will be represented in C like case 1, case 2, case 3, and you are asked to choose any case among them. So whenever you choose a case, the corresponding statements associated with that case, like corresponding content associated with that box, is yours. Similarly, the corresponding statement associated with that case will be executed. Okay, and all other boxes are not allowed to execute in any sense. Okay, so that means you are going to choose a case. You can think it as a box. So after you choose a box, the statements present in that box is going to be executed. So how it is done in C programming language, it will look like something this. Like if it is a case 1, so here case is a keyword. Okay, so in case 1 you have to write the syntax something like this: case 1 then semicolon, sorry, colon. After that, inside that case you need to specify all the statements that you need to execute. Suppose you have several statements which will associated with case 1, then you have to write several statements over here. For the sake of understanding, I have just written statements, so you can include multiple statements over there. And every case has to be ended with a another keyword that is called your break. So what the break keyword will do, it will bring the control out of the switch statement, entire switch statement, not only case 1. It will bring the control out of the switch statement. You will shortly notice how this break will work whenever I am going to explain the syntax in a greater detail. But you just think over here that every box or the choices of a box is represented like case 1. Similarly, you can see for case box 2, we have in C programming it is something like this, that is case 2 and case 3. And finally, as I have already told you, if you are not interested in choosing a box, then there will be a default statement which is written over here. Here we can say default is also a keyword. Okay, so under default there are some statements will be present, and that gets executed whenever you are choosing, if you are wish to choose no case. Okay, so how these cases will be asked means how the user will ask for these cases, that we will use the switch keyword, and this n represents that case number. Okay, so you are asked to choose a case number which will be stored inside n, and when n gets a value between 1 to 3, that particular case gets executed. Okay, right. So now let me go to the syntax completely. This is just an analogy to understand the case. So this is the syntax, proper syntax of switch statement. The box which is shown in the left side showing you the syntax of the switch statement, and the box in the right side showing you the control flow of various statements present inside your switch case. Okay, so you can notice here in the left side, as I have already told you, the switch n will be written. Okay, and the body of the switch case will be represented with two curly braces started from here and ended at here. Right, then inside that switch case, sorry, which switch statement or the body of the switch statement, we are going to represent everything with cases. So like this is one case and this is the body of that case. Okay, similarly this is another case, right? So this case is written something like this. Similarly, there will be several cases, and finally we are going to write the default case over here with some statement inside it. You can notice every case is associated with a break statement at the end, but default has no break statement. So whenever you are going to write the syntax properly, then you need to write it in a proper syntax. Okay, though there will be several way we can switch the means we can write the switch statement, but for the time being you just understand that you need to follow the syntax properly and understand it properly. Well, now if you want to, suppose you are asked to suppose I am going to ask you enter the value of n. So somebody has entered the value of n as 1. So if you are putting n as 1, so n will be taken as 1, that means switch 1. So switch 1 means you have to execute the statement present inside the case 1, that is this statement, and finally the break statement will be executed and the control will come out of this switch statement after executing the statements present inside case 1. Similarly, if somebody will put n as 2 or give n as 2, then switch to 2. So switch to 2 makes the control goes inside this case number 2, and the statements which are present inside case number 2 gets executed, and after executing the statement in case 2, due to this break statement, the control will come out of this loop. And you can easily notice every time a case is satisfied, the control will not go to any other cases. Only the statements present in that case gets executed, and all other cases are skipped, and the control goes out of the switch statement. Now if if somebody has not given any case number, so how do he is not able to give the case number? It will be done something like this. If there are 5 cases, so that means n must be vary between 1 to 5. So if somebody has not given between 1 to 5, he may put 0 or any number above 5, that means 6, 7 or whatever that may be. So that means no case gets satisfied. So when the control C saw that there will be numbers given as 0, 6 or 7, no case gets satisfied, and that in that moment the statements which are present inside the default case gets executed. Okay, so this is how the things are written in switch statement. And if you notice the flow chart, it is showing the same thing that we have discussed over here, but for the completeness, let us discuss it. Switch variable equal to fast case. So whenever switch variable, that means n is equal to 1, and if that condition gets true, then the body of the fast case gets executed after like this. Okay, body of the fast case gets executed, then finally we will go out of this out of this switch case. Similarly, if the fast case is not satisfied, the control will go and check whether is the second case gets satisfied. If the second case satisfied and it is true, then body of second case gets executed, and we will come out of this switch statement. Similarly, we will choose for others, right? And if nothing is satisfied, and it means if it is false every time and no case gets satisfied, then body of the defaults gets executed, and finally we come out from the switch statement. So this is how the switch statement works. So now what I'm going to do is I will solve a simple problem on switch statement to explain, means to make you understand how exactly the statements gets used in writing programs. So let us go for the VS Code. In VS Code I am going to write a program, but let us first understand what is the objective of today's program. The objective is something like this. So a user will be asked for a number, means to put the value of n. Let's say user puts, and the user will be allowed to put in between 1 through 7. Okay, so these are, that means we are going to write a program with 7 cases. So we will ask the user to input 1 through 7, and whatever number he is going to give, accordingly the statements present in that case gets executed. Let's say if somebody is putting 1, then we are going to display a statement like means the corresponding, if somebody is pressing 1 or entering 1, then we will display today is Monday. Let's say this is the output that we want to display. Similarly, if somebody enters 2, then we will display today is Tuesday. Okay, similarly, if somebody enters 3, then we will write today is Wednesday. Okay, so we are going to do something like this. So that means we will ask the user to input a number, and we will force him to input in between 1 to 7. Other than 1 to 7, if he is going to enter, then we will say that please enter correct choice, something like that. So if somebody is entering 1, then we will display today is Monday. If somebody is entered 2, then we will display today is Tuesday, and so on. Okay, so I hope you understand the objective of the program that we are going to solve with switch case. So let us do it. Okay, so let me open VS Code, and let us first write the structure of the C program, which is something like this: as include stdio.h. okay, then your void main, right? Then we will start the curly braces. Now to take the input from the user and to input the number between 1 to 7, what I'm going to do is I'll take a variable, let's say int n. So n is the variable that will help us to read the input from the user and store it in n, right? I think I don't require any other variable for solving this problem, so we'll put a semicolon over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'll ask the user to input a number, so printf. Then what I'm going to do is I'll write enter a number between 1 to 7. So I'm specifically writing written 1 to 7. That means the user are asked to input the number between 1 to 7 only. If he is not interested to input the number between 1 to 7, then obviously my default case gets executed. Well, so I got the number from 1 to 7 now. So what I'm going to do, we will use the syntax. Clear syntax is something like this. We'll write switch, then we will put n inside it. Okay, then after putting the switch n, then we have to start the body of the switch, which is represented with two curly braces as we have already discussed. Now inside this body, what I'm going to do is we will write some cases. So case number 1, then a colon. Okay, then under this case number 1, what is the statement that we are going to print? The statement will be printf today is Monday, right? Sorry. Okay, after printing today is Monday, what I'm going to do is I will write break. That means after executing the content inside the statement case number 1, the control should come out of the switch statement, right? Similarly, I am copying it so that it will take some less time for us. So let's say I'll put for case number 2, then I'll put for case number 3, then I put for case number 4, then I put for, okay, let me copy it first. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, then the final one will be the default one, right? So let us change it accordingly. So case number 1 will be printing Monday, case number 2 will print Tuesday. Okay, case number 3 will print Wednesday, okay, and case number 4 will be printing Thursday, case number 5 Friday, case number 6 Saturday, case number 7, and that will be Sunday, right? And finally the default one, which I'll write over here. We have to write something like this: please enter correct choice. That means if the user has entered the number other than 1 to 7, then we are not going to write please enter correct choice. And as I have already told you, don't write the default break statement in default key section. So that's all. I think you understood the concept. You think each case as one box. Okay, I am asking you to choose a box from 1 to 7, and if you are choosing one box among them, you will get the content. There will be two content. One content is printf today is someday, and there will be another content which will make it break. Okay, so let me run this code. If you see, when I'm running this code, it is asking enter a number between 1 to 7. Okay, so what I have done a mistake over here. So even I am asking enter a number between 1 to 7, I have not taken any scanf statement. So let us, for you have to read it, if you have to read the number, so that is why scanf statement is necessary. Scanf percentage d, then ampersand n. So I am going to put it in n. There is a slight syntax mistake, so you have to put a double quote over here. Okay, so now you have read the content from the user, and you are now ready to put that number inside n using this scanf statement. So let me run this program. So if you run, it is asking enter a number between 1 to 7. Let's say I'm entering 3. Then you can see today is Wednesday. So if you run this program again and you are entering, let's say 6, then you will get today is Saturday. And if you are running it and you are not going to provide the number between 1 to 7, let's say I'm inputting 8, then you can see the output is please enter correct choice. Okay, so this will be that's all for switch case, I think, because it will be a longer video if I am going to solve other problems. So I'm going to write some other program on switch statement in the next class, and there are some lots of tricks and techniques present in discussion of switch statement that will be discussed in the upcoming video. So stay tuned for the upcoming video. I hope you understand the syntax and the program properly. If you are finding any difficulty in this program, you are free to post your comments or suggestions on the comment box. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.